Let's talk racism. I was just surfing Facebook, and this caught my attention. A, a Korean American woman was caught two other TikTok users who happened to be Caucasian, and they were doing some things they shouldn't do to an Asian, especially if they happen to be Chinese or Korean or Asian descent in general. And basically, Asians have been victims of racism for a long time. And while the people only focus on the black community and the LGBT community, this is a major issue that people don't really care about. So why don't we have a look here?
If I want to go back to taking care of my son in peace.
This Korean TikToker caught these girls throwing racist taunts at her during her live stream.
Do you have a problem? Honey? Honey? I said, do you have a problem?
It all started when...
Yeah, this is like basically trying to mock her, because she's Asian, she's trying to like mock her, like, oh, you're not fluent in English or Korean, that stuff. They're trying to make fun of her.
This Korean TikToker, Gemini Jury, encountered two girls during a TikTok battle. Right off the bat, there was already something off when she greeted the girls in Spanish.
Hola. Hello. ¿Cómo estás? Can you speak English?
At least she's trying to be like multilingual, so, which is a common thing over here in the North America. People are trying to be multilingual, so they can get the Latino community and Spanish can understand you, and know that at least you're trying to communicate with them.
You don't sound fluent.
After Gemini Jury said that she can speak a little bit of Spanish, one of the girls asked what part of Texas she was from, because she's from Dallas. She went on to read her bio and proceeded to congratulate her, saying that she's proud of her. But when the exchange reached a dead air, that's when things became a little bit interesting.
We don't want to battle you.
Yep, looks like negative, toxic behavior.
Me? Yeah, you. Okay.
Gemini Jury said Ann Young, then the girls made obnoxious gestures that seemed to get rid of her.
It's actually pronounced 안녕하세요, not 안녕. Typical dirty Americans.
After saying their goodbyes, the tension went up a notch when the girl in the black said this.
Get your 20 years out of here. Jesus Christ.
Typical people picking on Asians, showing no respect at all.
Gemini Jury stayed calm up to this point, but she suddenly broke character when the girl in red did this to her eyes while saying bye.
Oh,
She began...
No. This is like one major thing you do not want to do to an Asian. That is called shinkai. That is a race. That is like the equivalent of the N-word. You would not come out. You want to go up to a black person and say the N-word, would you? Because next thing you know, yeah, you'll be like on social media viral for this person just called this person this racial slur that you shouldn't be doing. Same thing. People think it's just a funny thing. Oh, okay, I'm just joking. Get over it. This is what they'll try to say as an excuse that, oh, I didn't know about it. But they knew about it. They knew it was wrong. And yet they still did it. They really wanted to push your buttons. This is the bad thing about society. And this is what typically North Americans, especially those two young women over in that who was challenging that Korean American, really need to rethink their behavior, and no, and they might think they could just drop an apology video, but this is like literally like the Will Smith, Chris Rock situation. Like, yo, you can't just like drop an apology video live, cause, and then you're trying to like make yourself look all so sorry about it, and seriously, it's basically that person is like literally just trying to cry crocodile tears and make themselves look good. Because I apologize, we're all good now. No, but they were being racist to her because she's Asian. And they knew it, and they still did it. And this is the problem about, especially people in USA. Typically USA. Normally we don't not deal with this in Canada, but yeah, it's usually USA.
Ask her viewers if someone is recording the stream, to which the girl in red replied, "I would hope so." And that's when she had the idea to expose this as...
See? Because those girls, they were craving attention.
disgusting behavior.
Yeah, you want to go viral, right? No, we don't care about all that. It seems like.
So basically, they literally got called out for being racist. They wouldn't dare do that to a black TikTok, or would they? But they'll do it to an Asian. Think about it.
The girls expressed that they didn't care if they go viral. Then the other one asked what happened to her accent. But at this point, the girl in red had a change of tone.
And this is obviously making fun of her being Korean. They'll think, oh, just because she's Korean, she has to have like an Asian accent. So disrespectful.
She asked her if she has a problem, to which Gemini Jury replied in Korean, but it only made the situation worse.
아니, 없는데?
Okay, that is even worse. They're literally making fun of her speaking Korean, which they should know that other people in other languages can be making fun of what they say. And also, they should also know that they don't know other languages, but a certain swear word would be thrown at them. They would not know what that word means, but people who know that language are like, oh, we're calling these two brats a certain word that they don't know, but it's very disrespectful to use and should not be said. Our country people know what it means, but they don't know. So they should really just watch about what they say, because a Latino could say puto and they would not know what that means unless they actually Google it up. And puto is not a friendly word to use. It's the equivalent of the B word. Yeah. And you do not want to call a female the B word. It's very disrespectful. Just like you wouldn't use that F word against the LGBT community.
Gemini uploaded the video on her TikTok page and has reached 9 million views in just a span of days. And most of the people who have
exposed. Yeah, because that Korean American woman, whatever actual name is, she had the right to, because she was a target of racism. And those two brats were acting xenophobic to her, and they were cyberbullying her. And they deserve to get their social media accounts deleted. Because if you were literally caught being cyberbullying people, and including being racist, xenophobic, and harassment, you can get your account deleted for that. And especially if you make threats against someone, and especially like racism, that stuff, and make that threats, the local police, wherever you are, they can get involved, and they can get permission to go on your on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Discord, and other social media accounts, Twitch, and your account can get deleted, and you can get taken to court, and you'll have to face some charges. Now, let's see what these two brats will try to do.
Were outraged. They attacked the girl in red in all of her social media platforms, so she ended up deleting them. But the issue exploded into chaos, and the
because she decided to do something, made fun of an Asian person doing the chink eye, and also made fun of her her speaking Korean. So that's like basically she was literally caught live being racist to her, and she's scared that her online reputation is ruined, and she's trying to make herself look all good.
aftermath was too much for her to handle.
I don't know. This sounds a lot like, okay, if I say I'm sorry, will you leave me alone kind of thing?
In an attempt to neutralize
Again, that's correct, like that Asian woman said.
the situation, Isabel, the girl in the red shirt, tried a few apologies.
Okay, so now when the person we know that her name is Isabel, we have the right to know. And look, obviously screwed up and did said things I can't take back. Obviously, an apology was needed to the gal that was being harmful for absolutely no reason. No reason, yeah, she was did it deliberately. I can't speak on behalf of the other gal in my video, but I can on my behalf. Y'all have absolutely no idea what I've been going through and thinking about. My character was way out of line and that night, and it was utterly unacceptable. This is all I will be posting. I have deleted all social media and not active on anything. As to those who are curious on why I'm not responding. So basically, that is pretty much just pity and trying to make herself look good, and she and her friend, whatever that friend's name is, yeah, she was still on board with it. So her friend is also accountable for quit it. Don't say that. But that other girl, who is their friend, yeah, she is also being racist as well, because she was just following along with this, and she didn't walk off camera or like told her friend Isabel to stop. But yeah, no, Isabel kept on going on with this, and yeah, her friend did nothing about it too. So yeah, obviously that her friend is also racist too, and xenophobic, and they're both cyberbullies. If they, because they continue to do this in that stream, and now they try to and literally that Isabel tried to make this a pity attempt, just like Will Smith tried to do to Chris Rock after he punched him. Because making something like this will not make you look good. People Know about it. You may delete your copy of like what happened, but others have their copy too. You have to remember that. So what you say online, people will also be recording their part, and you need to. What the best thing if is try to reach out to that person and apologize in person. Apologize. Say that you will never do it again. That's what she should have done.
She attempts. First, she created a new account named I'm Sorry Asian Community.
Not believable. Just a pity, pity party.
And then she posted a message on TikTok, asked for her forgiveness on one of Gemini Jury's videos, and eventually reached out to her personally to apologize.
I just want to move past this. I want to go back to living my life. I want to go back to taking care of my son in peace.
But it only made people angrier, because they didn't find them sincere enough. And now online justice warriors took the matters into their own hands. Even though Gemini Jury already made up with her, people still doxed her for being racist. They flooded her remaining accounts with hateful comments.
And Isabel deserves to just about anything that she said, and people may make apology videos, but we don't know if they're just being legitimately sincere about it, or they're just doing like poker face, and they're just trying to make themselves look good for apologizing for doing something bad they did to someone, and they want to look good in front of the viewers, and let's try again. But did Isabel and her friend, did they really change? That's what we need to know.
And they publicized details about her that was too personal for the public eye. They even found out that she was an OF model, and they blasted her for it. But she wasn't the only one receiving hate, because viewers suggested that Gemini Jury was dragging the issue just for clout.
Okay, well, 39 followers. Why don't you get your account up so I can battle you?
Now these girls are in a pickle, and it seems like both sides have their enemies.
And if the Korean American woman, whatever real name is, if she's trying to move on, but there's people who are like trying to like drag both the parties through the mud. There's an issue.
Just as Newton's third law says, for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. And boy, did people take it to the extreme.
This is why social media is a dangerous place, and you should be very careful about what you say, because it'll just come back to you. And Isabel and her friend paid for it. And maybe if the Korean American woman was maybe a Latino, what would the results be like? What if she was a Native American, Hispanic? Biracial? How would things be different? And this should be a lesson to other people that you should not act like Isabel and make fun of someone's racial or ethnic background, and not make fun of their language, because and as an Asian, I will tell you, we have some certain swear words that you would not want to be called. And especially if it's an Asian angry woman, angry Korean woman, they will yell at you so hard that you will make be so ashamed of your existence. And it's way worse than a black woman yelling at you, or a Latino person just letting it all loose. So don't be racist and xenophobic to people. Don't cyberbully people, because in the end you'll be paying for it. And even if you try to make an apology video, people won't believe you. And if you really want to make it up to someone, do it in private. Don't try to make some YouTube or TikTok post or video, or go on Instagram making this apologize or sob storyline that people will think if it is the person really being sincere or just doing it for attention. Because mostly it looked like she was doing it for attention, as we can tell looking at her personality. And this is also why people should stand up for the Asian community a lot more. Because Isabel and her friend would not do this to African American, but they did it to an Asian. And for obvious reasons. So support the fellow Asian community now. Stand up for your fellow Asians. Or if you follow any Asian content creators on YouTube or TikTok or other platforms, please respect them. And if you see any video of them being targets of racism or xenophobia, record that, report that. And whoever is the person who is attacking them, or if it's a group of people, those people need to be held accountable. Just like Isabel and her friend. We cannot let this kind of thing slide. Because anti-Asian hate crimes, they usually get waved off because people only focus on the black and the LGBT community, and if it's an Asian person as a victim, or if it's a Latino person as a victim, the police will usually wave it off. So, do something. Stand up against anti-Asian hate crimes. Stop Asian hate.